Alright, so mail call. Put the guy so you can see his phone. Is his phone money now? Yeah, you can see both his ones now. So mail call, I got, well, I have 2 real cards and some bullshit. So let's get to it. Maybe some of you want to see the bullshit. Do you want to see the bullshit? I got some bullshit. Here's some bullshit. I got the Darkstar Augur. Is that really what the card is called? Where is he? Yeah, Darkstar Augur. So I got the token for it because I'm going to forget what the hell that offspring is. I know it. I know I'll play him and I'll say, I know I can make a token, but I forget what kind of token I can probably make a copy of him or something. But I know I'll forget, especially if you've been drinking, which is a feature of the pub, drinking when you're playing Magic l'Assemblée. So I got this token, double-sided token, to remind me of what the hell it does. So that whenever I play, take Iker Shidiki Shirakondo, because I will get the Darkstar Augur, I'll need the token. I'll probably just put it with the deck. Same way I do with the Voya token that I made for Sigarda. And then, oh look, a second Darkstar Augur token, but this one is the squirrel side. So I got a squirrel token. Foil, I just think that's cute. It looks like, oh, what's the technique where you take paper and you layer it? I've seen people do it, so they'll take, for example, they'll take, what's something kind of, so, take about 20 magic cards. And they'll leave the bottom one like this. And then the 19th one, they'll cut out some of the detail. Then the 18th, they'll cut out some more detail. So you get this 3-dimensional raised image of the card. It's, you know, it actually has depth. It's 3D. It's pretty cool. It takes a long goddamn time to do it, I'm sure. I wouldn't do it. Too much work for me. But that's what this reminds me of. Because it doesn't quite look like a painting, it looks like a diorama, doesn't it? Can you see it on camera? Does it look like a diorama to you? Anyway, so I got that. I also got one each of these because I thought they were pretty. So swamp, island, forest, mountain, plains. They're really busy though. Oh my god, are these cards busy. There's a lot going on down there. Damn. Especially that mountain. Look at all those spikes and spires. There's a lot of shit going down. A lot of people getting their ass beaten. A lot of drinking. A lot of things red people do when they're out in town near the mountain. The plains looks more holy. Looks relaxed. Looks like cathedral town. So anyway, I've got this book of it holds 480 cards. It's one of those 20-page double-sided pages, 4-row, 3 vertical binders, and I put my basic lands in it. Right now it's probably 2/3 full, maybe only half full. But that's where I'm sticking my. If any of you are interested, I'll audit it. I'll show it on camera. I'll show you my basic land collection. It's not just basic lands though. I also have some non-basics like Witch's Cottage, Dwarven Mine. It's probably not Dwarven Mine. It's probably something like Gingerbread Cottage, Gingerbread House, whatever the hell. The Cycle of the 5 Lands from. The hell is that set? Eldraine. From the Throne of Eldraine, the Cycle of the 5 Lands that have the basic land type, and they come into play tapped unless you have 3 or more lands of that basic land type. So I have those there, and then I got these. There's 2 of each, but I just got the ones I like the most. So I prefer the Golgari Swamp as opposed to the other one. I guess it's Dimir. And then the island. Oh, that's just beautiful. Look at the blue in there. That's just gorgeous. And The mountain, the electricity, the arcing currents of imagination? The arcing currents of imagination? Something like that. Inspiration? The arcing currents of inspiration? Some shit. Planes? Another very relaxing scene. Be a good place to sit down, have a coffee, have a sandwich, do your homework, smoke a pipe. And then here's the real cards. Enough of the basic lands, right? Everybody's like, get to the fucking real cards. We're sick of looking, goddamn, we see basic lands all the time. Fleur de Now. I took a bunch of junk that out of my... So, as I mentioned before, I was holding a collection of cards from my daughter. At one time, it had 10 shock lands, 10 fetch lands. It was pretty comprehensive. It had a lot of good cards. But slowly over the years, because she doesn't play, I've been raiding it. There are no more shock lands. There are no more fetch lands. There is no more Vohra Stronghold or Yavimaya in that. Nope. Once I started building more commander decks, those got pulled from my decks pretty quick. And because she's not going to play anytime soon, and when she does, so she's 10, let's say she plays in 2 years, and she decides to play Standard. None of those cards, except the basic lands, are going to be legal in Standard. And the ones that aren't going to be any good anymore because of fucking power creep. So I started trading off some of the cards. I'll keep the basic lands around. I mean, why not? Nobody wants to pay for basic lands, except me. So I got this Flare of Denial. 1 blue, instantly counter a spell, which is kind of the speed you want to do it. If you counter a spell, sorcerer speed, it sucks. You're just one step behind. Anyway, you may sacrifice a non-token blue creature rather than play the spell's mana cost. This is going into Edric. Edric. Spymaster of Trust. Because in Edric, at some point, I'll have a lot of blue creatures, a lot of non-token blue creatures, and if somebody's going to do something dirty, like Wrath of God, or Settle My Wreckage, it's nice to have this. I'm tapped out. There's nothing I can do about this. Okay, settle the wreckage. Oh, look, Flare Denial. I will take this creature that was going to be exiled anyway, sacrifice his ass, and deny that spell. So that will go. They will replace Champion of Lamholt. Champion of Lamholt, I did a video a couple days ago. Title of it is How Many Copies of This Card Do I Need? And I talk about how I thought I only had one champion, and when I thought I only had one, and she was an Edric, but Saskia wanted her, and I go through the process describing why Saskia needs her more, and what I expect to get out of having Champion Lamholt in either deck. And Saskia, the potential for her to be more explosive is there. Edric, yes, I can pump out a lot of creatures, but I'm not going to be playing 10 creatures in a turn like you can with Saskia with some of the token generating spells. So, I generate 10 tokens, Champion Lamholt gets 10 counters, she's an 11/11. Creatures power 10 or less cannot block my creatures. That's, my creatures at that point are pretty much unblockable. Edric, probably 2 or 3 counters per turn. So, first couple turns, maybe nothing bigger than 4 can block, nothing less than 4 can block my creatures, and then nothing less than so. Takes a little longer to build up, so I think Flare of Denial is going to be better in Edric. Then I got a Jetmir's Garden. This is going into Saskia because I realized I need more red, and I want searchable red. So I'm going to take out the Gateway Plaza because they both come into play tapped. But Gateway Plaza says I have to pay an additional 1 mana, and it comes into play tapped, so I have to have another land. But it produces mana of any one color. This produces 3 out of 4 colors, and 2 of them, red and white, I realized I needed more ways to produce, and it's searchable. So any of my fetch lands can find this. So if I need green, and the first fetch land I play is a Bloodstained Mire, I can go find this. I can grab the red. So let's go ahead and make some changes very quick. First, Edric. So what I did in the meantime, I took out the Champion Lamholt from Edric, and I put in a Arcane Denial, which wasn't quite satisfactory. I wasn't fully happy with the decision of Arcane Denial. So I remembered Flare of Denial, and I thought, I'd rather flare it than arcane it. So this will go back into the art binder, pending another deck. And we'll put in that Flare of Denial for Edric, Spymaster of Trust. Okay, then we'll make the next easy change, which will be Saskia switching a land. I mean, how hard can that be? I did think I should switch out Fountain Port, because Fountain Port produces colorless. And then, thinking about all the times that it's a bit hard to draw cards with her, I realized I better keep Fountain Port and pull out some other land. Did I? What did I do with Edric himself? There he is. So here's how I store this. I put the deck facing backwards, commander up. So when I go to play, go to grab my decks, I can see the commander readily. So this shoves us in. Put this box down. Grab the box of Saskia. Alright. Let's see, where's that? I'm pretty sure it's called Gateway Plaza. It's a gate. It's on a plaza. Kind of has a gateway. I could take out Path of Ancestry, but okay, it comes in play tapped, but it gives me Mana of Anyone color. I don't have a lot of humans with Saskia, but again, even though it doesn't make sense to me, when I cast her, because she shares a creature type with herself, it's odd, isn't it? That is Gateway Plaza. So because she shares a creature type with herself, I will get the scry. It makes no goddamn sense. But that's Magic. Sometimes it makes no goddamn sense. So this is pretty though. I really do like the art. I like this card. I don't like the fact that you have to pay 1, but I appreciate it's a common and produces Mana of Anyone color with no restrictions other than the initial opening. Once it comes to play tapped and you pay the 1, it just produces 1 Mana of Any. It's a command tower at that point. That's pretty cool. But Jetmir's Garden, like I said, is searchable. I've got which of the Triumphs is it that I've got in here? I've got the Mardu Triumph. I forget what it's called. Let's see if I can find it. Nah, I probably will not be able to. Nah, there it is. Sylvi Triumph. So, this gives me red, white, black. This gives me red, white, green. So that doubles up my red, doubles up my white, gives me more options. And I wanted, there was a game I played where I wanted a Triumph on turn 1, but I also needed green mana. Because of the cards in my hand, I wanted access to all 3 of my colors. Well, this gives me that option now. This gives me the option of, okay, I want access to 3 of my 4 colors, and I need green, so I'll go find Jetmir's Garden. Okay, last change is going to be a bit trickier, because I'm not sure exactly. I've got an idea what I'm going to do. I'm not sure if I'm going to execute my idea. So I'm going to give that, what the hell is it called again? Darkmar Augur. It's basically, it's a Flying Dark Confidant. It's a Flying Dark Confidant. Ikir Shidiki Sidar Kondo. This is my Super Life Gain deck with the Death Star in it. Ithar Brazava. And toughness matters. So all the creatures except for 2, strictly his toughness is equal to his power, strictly. But as soon as anything else white comes into play, anything, his power goes up. So I don't count him the same way I count the Soul Sisters. I have one of each of the Soul Sisters, and they're 1/1s, and natively they're the only creatures in the deck whose toughness is equal to their power. Everybody else has a higher toughness, and that's kind of the theme of the deck. For example, that's why she's in here. Whenever one or more other creatures with power 2 or less enter the battlefield under your control, draw a card only once per turn. It is what it is. I could take her out for the Darkstar Augur. He's a 2/3 for 2 and a black. She's 2/3 for 2 and a white. They both fly, but he's a Dark Confidant. Beginning upkeep, I have revealed the top card of the library, lose life equal to its mana cost, put in my hand. She, as long as I bring a creature into play, it just gives me a card. And pretty much everything in here, very, very few things have power greater than 2. Very few. There's 1. Fucking Erebos, yeah. 0. He's got no power. No power. Scotty, I need more power. You've got no more power, Captain. Yeah, fuck. Little unicorn, yeah. So I'm going to take out the tutor. It makes the deck. I mean, really, what am I going to tutor for? What do I have it in here for? I have it in here to find him because he's so much fun. I want to play him. Attack creatures that control Death Touch. Whenever creature I control deals combat damage, play or draw a card. So he's kind of like Death Toski, except he's definitely not indestructible. So Death Toski, usually I want to find him. Or him. No, nobody else is getting to play the commanders but me. Suck it. And I think taking it, or the other reason was, at one point in the earliest iteration of the deck, there was only Duran. Duran was the only card that did this. Creatures assign combat damage according to toughness rather than power. Now there's 4. There's Duran, there's Bedrock, whatever the hell he is. Some giant fucking turtle. Where's my giant turtle? Come here, you big bastard. Where's the guy? He's not that big, but yeah, he's decent sized. By today's standards, he's kind of a punk, but a few years ago, he'd have been... Yeah, there he is, Bedrock Tortoise. 0/6. As long as it's my turn, creatures I control FX proof. Yeah. Each creature I control with toughness greater than its power assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power. So there's Bedrock Tortoise. There's Rashad bin Laden. So Rashad bin Laden, Bedrock Tortoise, Duran, and Huatli. So I've got 4 of those effects. And I think it's going to be more advantageous to me to put in more card draw than to search one out. It's going to feel more fun too. Sometimes it'll be frustrating. Sometimes I'll just get really pissed. Why can't I find one of these goddamn things? Which, if I had the Worldly Tutor, effectively I have 5 of those effects. But if I just power into it and draw the card, then that might be better. Plus, what this allows me to do is this opens up Worldy Tutor for a new deck idea I have. Some of you may remember I used to have Corvold, and I didn't like playing him too much because he was combo. He wasn't that much different than... Man, that's a rough sleeve. Let me get another one. He just played probably like any other Corvold deck anybody's ever seen. I just didn't like that because I saw the looks from the other players, the other lads. I know the reputation Corvold has, so I took it apart. And then it became Saskia. But what I'm thinking, what if I make Corvold my infinite attack deck? Saskia is going to be my infinite attack deck. She was going to have Aurelia, Anzac, the Mole God, Aggressive Assault, what is it? Aggravated Assault. Aggravated Assault, and the dragon that when it attacks, you get triple green, triple red, and mana doesn't empty from your mana pool as phases end. And it didn't really go that well that way. So I have all those cards. I had them sitting aside. They're not in a deck. It seems like there's a little piece of dirt there. Maybe it's on the card itself. Maybe it's just... Let me get another sleeve. Yeah, it's on the card itself. There's something on it. So I'll get another sleeve. And what I'm thinking is, what if I build Corvold to be that infinite attack deck? What if I build Corvold with that, I guess a Savage Maw Hellkite, Aggravated Assault. I can't have Aurelia, of course, because he doesn't have any white in his color identity. But I could put Anzac in there. I could put... What is the Hellkite? There's a Hellkite where you spend 5 colorless and 2 red and tap all creatures and you get another attack step. Or you tap all creatures anyway, you get another attack step. What if I built Corvold that way? Would that be fun? Instead of just Corvold sacrifice combo, Mayhem double kill. Instead of doing that shit, attack with Corvold and just keep attacking. Attack. Get another attack. Attack again. Attack again. Attack again. Da 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 da. And that means that this guy would be going into Corvold. Because, of course, it's the beginning of each combat. And if I get 2 or 3 combats in a turn, my creature's power and toughness double 2 or 3 times. And I've got Urabrask to throw in there. I did find a second champion, Lemholt. So the whole exercise I did with Edric was kind of superfluous, but it was still a good exercise. It was still good to look at Edric and realize that I really wanted that Flare of Denial more than her in the deck. I have enough in there to get my creatures through, so I don't really need her. But I've got a Nature's Will now if I do this Corvold idea. So that's what I'm thinking. I can also put... I got this Twilight Prophet. I like the art. I didn't know that they had printed her with new art, and she was cheap, so I bought one. And I could put her into Icarus Shadiki Sharakondo, but should I? Let's just see if there's anything that jumps out at me as should come out. This guy has saved my ass before, and he's just funny. He's just really funny. I can spend 0 and tap, and each creature with mana cost 0 can... Your token army can't attack or block. Whatever I choose. Which is kind of neat. Hand of Justice. Tap 3 target white creatures control and him. So tap 4 creatures all together to destroy any target creature. I don't know if I really want him. He costs 6. It's cool that he comes all the way from Fallen Empires. So he's a throwback to the first couple years of Magic. And I like that. And when I first saw him in Fallen Empires, I thought, wow, this guy's fucking cool. And I tried to make it work. But 6 mana without much ramp, with the shitty ramp we had in those days, didn't really happen that much. But I still like the idea. I still like the card. And the Hand of Justice will come to cleanse the world if we are true. So maybe I should take him out for Twilight Prophet. Of course, then I should check the pips. Maybe I'm screwing up my color scheme. Oh, okay. Rashad in Bashir. It's not Bashir al-Assad. Okay. So, al-Assad here does all creatures. Yep. Bedrock Tortoise says it does it on my turn. No, they get hexproof on my turn. And my creatures assign combat damage to toughness rather than power. He says the same thing in my creatures. Duran says, everybody does it. Ha 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 ha. Duran is fucking cool. Never got a spell. Yeah. I took out Aura Shards for Big Monkey because Big Monkey kind of fits the deck better. I'm not casting that many creatures that quickly because, I mean, he costs 6, she costs 5, 1. Oh, there's Huatli. Each creature you control. Okay. So of the 4 effects, 3 of them only affect my creatures. She costs 6. So, where was I? Oh yeah, Big Monkey. So he fits the deck better. 5/7. Higher toughness power. Whenever I cast a creature. Cast, not resolve a creature. Cast one. I get to do some shit. Let's see. It's a life gain deck, so I need to keep the life gain stuff. Tithe. I'm a bit loath to take out any sort of ramp. Especially one that can find so many options. It can find 2 of my 3 Shocklands. It can find the Triome. It's pretty good in this deck. Oh, this guy's great. This guy. He's a lot more fun than I expected he would be. 4, 3/4, flying. Never creature control without flying dies. It comes back flying. So, that's pretty cool. Deathrite Shaman, Blinding Angel. I have to get her through, but she flies, so she has evasion. And I've got ways of giving my creatures protection. So I can smack somebody and make it so they can't attack me. Actually, they can't attack anybody. They skip their entire next combat phase. In Looty Booty, I just put in so no one take him out. Murderous Rider. Great, I get to kill a creature, and he goes into 2/3 lifelinker. Higher toughness power. Commander Isha. With one of the 4 toughness effects. He's effectively a 4/4 for 4 that can't be blocked. And if I block, he just doesn't die. What else? Dragonlord of Dracoma. Opponents can't cast spells during my turn. Oran Viper. It's kind of... I really want to make him work. He doesn't quite work sometimes. Because I really want to draw the card. Pokemon opponent, draw a card. And he doesn't have Death Touch, so the creature's it's strange wording. Destroy the creature at the end of combat. I don't remember if they had Death Touch going on at the time he was printed or not, but it's kind of strange wording. This guy comes down fast, extorts, does what I want to do, doubles life, does what I want to do. Do I need Blind Obedience? Maybe I should take that out instead of the Worldly Tutor. I don't know. I really don't. Drop more lands. Yep, if I'm going to be drawing more cards, I want to drop more lands. That was it. Oh, I thought the camera was going to shut off. Then Vala, Keeper of Silence. Actually, it is going to shut off, so hang on. Alright, we're back. We're live. Linvala, Keeper of Silence. She shuts off my opponent's activated abilities creatures. He's card draw. He's big and brutal. Fucks with my opponents. They can't gain life. Duran, of course. Campbell. If I get him early, when everybody is building mana rocks and ramping, he does a lot of damage really quickly. It adds up fast. Okay, I get combo. Pass. Okay, I play an Arcane Signet. Okay, you take 2 damage. You lose 2 life, I gain 2 life. Fuck. Next guy. Cultivate. Okay, you lose 2 life, I gain 2 life. Fuck. Third guy. Cultivate. You lose 2 life, I gain 2 life. Fuck. And then it goes around again. Okay, tap the Arcane Signet, and I play Gilded Lotus. Okay, lose 2 life, I gain 2 life. Huh, I'm having too much fun with this. Do I want to keep her? Untap target land. I don't know. I don't know if... I do have a Seedborn Muse, don't I? I think I do in this deck. I don't have my computer on right now, so I can't just look at Moxfield and see it. But if I have Seedborn Muse, then it kind of behooves me to keep the, yeah, and there she is. Hey, baby. The Hand of Justice is better with her, because I can kill a creature every turn. But do I want Blind Obedience? Twilight Prophet. 2 for a flyer. Control Tenenbaum permanents. If I had the Sitting's Blessing, I reveal the top card of my library, put it in my hand. Each opponent loses X life, I gain X life for X of the card's mana value. For 4. This guy costs 3. He can cost 4 if I double him up with the Offspring. And then I'm getting 2 cards a turn, but losing twice as much life. Well, it depends what I hit. If top card is, say, Erebos, it's 4 life. And then if the second one is a land, that's nothing. No life loss. Untap target land. I don't have a Maze of Ith in here. I don't think I have a, well, Hunt another the Yavimaya. That it could be a good idea to untap that sometimes. If I have one of my commanders, prevent all combat damage we dealt to my creatures. Crackdown. Now my creatures power 3 good or don't untap during the controller's untap steps. Well, it doesn't really affect me that much. What's better? What's better? Here's a question. I've got it now. So, Alms Collector or Twilight Prophet. They both cost 4. She's flashy. Only 1 color requirement. She has 2. She's a 3/4 on the ground. She's a 2/4 in the air. If an opponent is going to draw more cards, instead we each draw a card. She's not going to trigger that often. She's really not. But when she does, it's going to be interesting, because it'll be a time somebody casts something. I draw 6 cards. Bang! Okay, you draw 1 card, I draw 1 card. How about that? There's symmetry in there. Her, I have to have the City's Blessing. Okay, I'm going to keep the deck as it is. I'm going to quit screwing around with it. I'll just keep it as it is. I've got the Darkstar Augur in there now. And if any of you have gotten this far in the video and you've seen my dilemma, let me know. What would you take out for the Twilight Prophet, if anything?